let us die without a shred of fear. To be loved from all secret vision. Oh, Fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our daily mission. Spilling our blood, we'll count our privilege.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. IPOB one family. Good evening, good night, good morning, and good afternoon from wherever you are joining us, lovers of freedom from all around the wonderful people of Biafra. You are all welcome to Biafra Twitter space. My name remains the whole Mazi Okafo. Mazi Okafo is Aniocha province in Biafra land. Mazi Okafo served the indigenous people of Biafra as the coordinator from northern region of Germany. May Chukwu Okabiama be your strength from wherever you join. Welcome. Before we start, we must say thank you, Dim Chukwu Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, a man that sacrificed everything possible to make sure that we have the opportunity to be here today to strategize and execute. The thanks goes to our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that was brutally kidnapped in Kenya and rendition the contraption called Zuna, and has won the two courts, the Zuna government in court since 13th of October 2022. The appeal courts acquitted and charged him, and the terrorist government of Nigeria as he holds him in bondage at DSS custody. May Chukwu bless him, have sacrificed everything possible that he's sacrificing. A man that sacrifices both parents for the freedom of me and for the freedom of man. A man that is being tortured a man that is poisoned for the sake of love for his people. I say may Okike continue to bless, guide, and protect him wherever he is. The same greeting goes to the HOD, Mazi Chike Dozim, a man that is filled with wisdom and patience. Okike protect him and give him more wisdom. The doors are wise. May somebody tweet it and say it loud. The doors are very wise. Our FD, Mazi Okike bless you and guide you and protect you wherever you are. Wonderful people of Biafrans, you are all welcome. One more time, please share the program. And if you have intention to speak or to share a wonderful idea with the people of Biafra, please indicate. Time goes in, we are going to call you in and you your 3 minutes to share your view. In this space, we discipline. Our leader tells us that discipline is the key. Black people are suffering because they are not disciplined. Our taught us that with discipline, we shall restore the holy land of Biafra, kingdom of God on earth, against all odds, and there is nothing no human being can do about it. For those that are joining new, this is a 1-hour program. And as you join us, endeavor to invite your family and friends. How can we forget to thank those who are sacrificing everything possible? Those men, the Eastern Security Network, men that are sacrificed morning, afternoon, under the sun, under the rain, under the. These men are sitting in. Make sure people like me and you, our families, our brothers and sisters are safe, and that Biafrans did not go hungry the last days is a credit to them. We say, may they continue to guide and protect. May Elohim be their strength. Thanks to the host for providing the platform for us so that we shall gather today, so that we can gather today and strategize to execute. I must remind us this is not Omona meeting. This is not red meeting. This is where the children of the Most High gather, the chosen ones. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, those that are loyal to the structure. This is where we gather to strategize and execute. We shall not tolerate this 2023 any of distraction from the camp of enemies. We have moved on and we must continue. Before we continue, I want to thank most of our listeners, those that are here every Sunday taking out their time to join us. I want to apologize for us starting late today because, as you know, I had family today and I had to take part because we are the critical time. For you to understand the time we are now, I say please fasten seat belt and get ready for whatever that is about to come. And for those that does not know the time we are in now, our movement, IPOB, is the biggest freedom fighting movement, the biggest mass movement that you have in the whole world. And we've been under attack the last 2 years since our leader was brutally kidnapped in Kenya and was renditioned to the contraption called Zoo, Nigeria. We are under attack, but by the grace of Elohim, we shall conquer, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. We've been telling the international community, we've been calling the European Union, the United States government, their Senate, the British Parliament, the House of Commons, the Bundesrepublik Deutschland, the Bundesregierung, Bundeskanzler. We are putting all of them on notice. Nothing shall happen to the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Onye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing shall happen to him. We are putting everybody on notice. The United Nations, the working with the Nigerian government 6 months to obey the court order, obey the court judgment, the rule of law. In Biafra have seen it in the world that Nigeria is a lawless country. It is a country that is run by Fulani terrorist government. It is not Federal Republic of Nigeria, but Fulani Republic of Nigeria. It is a terrorist government. We have put to the international community. Nothing shall happen to the leader of more than 70 million indigenous people. Nothing shall happen to Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I call everybody attention. We are putting the world on notice, not to blame us for whatever outburst that will come and should befall our leader in the DSS custody. If anything should happen to our leader, because the information we have is that our leader was poisoned, that the fools that are doing countdown are counting the days that those poison shall eat up his organ. They are expecting that that day in Biafra will come, that our leader will be dead, and IPOB will start reacting the way they are supposed to do. But we want them. We want to put the world on notice. What we correlate, what we can in no way is if anything happens to our leader, because he's an innocent man, a man that committed no crime in front of zoo government, their judiciary. Mazi Kanu did nothing wrong. His crime is give us referendum, give the indigenous people of Biafra referendum. Let them decide if they still want to be part contraption called Nigeria. The British company created. This is all we ask for. And that is what we shall get against God, whether they like it or not. We are not going to compromise. There will be no retreat and there will be no surrender until we get to our destination, whether they like it or not. Endured for so long, since 1914 that this contraption was called to life, since Royal Niger Company created this contraption called Nigeria. We've been victim, oppressed, from one massacre to the other, from Olu massacre to Osu massacre, from Osu massacre to Ihiala massacre, from Ihiala massacre, from Ebony massacre to Ehamufu massacre, from Ehamufu massacre to Anambra massacre, from Anambra massacre to Enugu massacre. We've been massacred everywhere, even in the northern part of the contraption called Nigeria. We've been massacred in Jos, we've been massacred in Kanu, we've been massacred in Kaduna, we've been massacred in Jigawa, we've been massacred even in Lagos, Ondo, and everywhere. Our people are being day in, day out. We are victims of genocide in that contraption called Nigeria, and the perpetrators are free and they keep committing the same genocide against us. Enough is enough, says our leadership. Enough is enough. If anything happens to our leader, God should prepare for the biggest refugee crisis in human history. If anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, sorry shall be the name of the perpetrators. And the world should prepare for the biggest refugee crisis this humanity have ever seen. Because there will be Africans swimming, not with boat or anything. Africans will walk on top of high sea to get to every destination they can to escape the crisis that will happen in that contraption called Nigeria. If the world is already troubled by Boko Haram, a sect with only 2,000 members, I pity those that will underrate the power behind a leader for 70 million indigenous population. We are not going to play politics with the life of our leader. We are not going to play politics with the life of our leader. There is the red line drawn. We are not going to accept anything less than unconditional release of our leader. And once he's released, we have to make sure that he undergo complete medical checkup to know exactly what kind of poison that you guys have injected to him. We are patiently monitoring, but that is the red line. Is enough of what we can get. Before we continue, I would like to give the mic to my comrade, Mazi Evan. Mazi Evan, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi, good evening from here.
Mazi, good evening. The mic is yours. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless you and may he give you more wisdom.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi. What else shall we say? We have warned, we have patiently waited for the Nigerian government to do the needful, world community to advise Nigerian government, most of them that has interest in Nigeria, to tell Nigeria that for their interest to continue flowing in their through their pipes to their various countries, that they should tell Nigerian government to do the needful, obey their own court orders that release an acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they all gave deaf ear. And the recent news the recent report we got concerning his health, to all IPP members, to all freedom fighters, to all Biafran friends and well-wishers, to all people that respect dignity and human life, it is unacceptable. We said this is the time that with Nigerian government that have been sitting on a keg of gunpowder, IPOB, like I said, will light that game, the keg of the gunpowder for them. We are going to light it on. We didn't put the gunpowder. They are the one that prepared it themselves, and they sit on it. What IPB will do if they did not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu upon their poison, we are going to light that gunpowder that they are sitting on so that they will explode by themselves. Because IPOB, we decided to go according to the rule of law. We decided to respect the international rules that guide self-determination. We decided to do everything legitimately in accordance to the rules and regulations and legal procedures to follow this struggle for Biafra restoration. But the Nigerian government decided to do otherwise. They decided to do blackmail. They decided to do false allegation, forgery, spending money, huge amount of money, lobbying those that they're supposed to lobby to tag IPOB a terrorist organization. Shame on to them. How can people tag a particular a people? You tag a people, Biafran people, the indigenous. You tag them. You want to tag them. You are trying to test the water with your stick to see which place that is deep and which place that is shallow. So it is through that way you want to now at the end you say the indigenous people of Biafra, they are terrorist organization. Is that what is that what is going to be at the end? Then we are telling them that the current report, to hell with them and their terrorist attack, to hell with them with whatever. As far as Nnamdi Kanu's life is at stake, as far as the leader of over 70 million people of the Biafran people is at stake, to hell with them with their terrorist act. We are going to do what is, people will not even know how to explain to it. It will go down to their history that when such a thing happened, look at how the outcome of it. Because Nnamdi Kanu remains the new phase of Biafran restoration. And he will continue. Like you said, Mazi, when he is being released, we don't want to know how they want to do it. By shorty or by whatever. They should bring him out from there as soon as possible, as fast as possible, and he will go thoroughly investigation or check up to know exactly what the substance they gave him or they have been given to him. And for the idiots without any apology, who is counting for indirectly for the death of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saying they are counting for Biafra restoration. We are IPOB. We are 7 steps ahead of our enemies. We know what he is doing. That shall be his end. Because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is affected, nobody, no politician from the west, from the east, from the south, from the north, we are going to inject them and their families, including their children, with the same substance or even more. Because whatever you give to man, so shall you receive. Ndewo Mazi.
Ndewo Mazi. May Chukwu Kama bless it with more wisdom. You are royal to all. These are POB members. We have men. We have men. We keep saying what the zoo government, the suicide are going to commit. If anything happens to our leader, they will know that we know what we keep telling. Don't take our silence for coward. Don't take our silence for being stupid. But this is the lead line. This is the of it all. And this place is not compromise. We are not to flinch. They are going to see IPOB that they've never seen before. If anything happens to our leader, the math is already done. We were calling on all the Eastern serving governor, old ones, the stakeholders, those that are in of rep, those that are in Senate, every politicians that are from Eastern region, more especially, and that are from that contraption called Zoo Nigeria, who have the interest of peace in their mind. This is the time for you to speak out. The doom come, because when it start raining, everybody will be wet. That is just the fact about it. When that particular thing all of you are looking for, when it happened, there will be in place for the enemy. That is just the fact about it. And those of you that cannot do the math, the position, if you think that you are surrounding yourself with these zombie soldiers, that you are safe, I'm sorry for your soul. I will see your reaction when 20,000 men stand in front of your governor office or whoever you call yourself. Even the army barrack. Those army that are deployed, that are gullible, that mind are totally disoriented, that not even fight. We there stand the armies of volunteer that we have, 10,000 of them in front of a back, and all of you jump in. If you think we are joking, if anything happens to all of you, we know how we are. Just like as our leader used to say, when anything happens to our leader, we shall hold each and every one of you responsible. And anybody that failing to out now, any one of you that fail to speak out should be ready to face the music when the time starts. Because we shall make no difference from you and those holding our leader. That is the message of the people. They belong to people. And IPOB warriors are the mouthpiece of the people of Biafra. So we are putting you all on notice to act, and not later, not tomorrow, not next tomorrow, but now. Because nothing must happen to our leader, Mazi and the Kanu. Before I continue, I want to call in Mazi Filameri. I don't know whether it's Mazi or Rolo. Excuse me, are you there? Mazi Fila, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, Mazi, please joining us for the first time. Please, can you introduce yourself? If you're in that contraption called Zoo Nigeria, we don't need your location. Your name is enough, but our listeners will like to know you. May Chukwu Kabiama bless you. The mic is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Mazi Filameri. I'm from the eastern side of Biafra land, Imo State to be precisely, but I'm not in the contraption. Right now, I will thank each and every member of indigenous people of Biafra for the good work that we have been doing, because we are the people that is holding this flagging all this while. And I'm going to bless Chukwu Abiyama for the life that he gave to our leader. Nothing is going to happen to our leader, that's what I'm going to say. But at the same time, I'm going to say that those that in that contraption should also watch their backs, because of all the plans of the enemy this time around will never come to pass, because of God is with us. I can remember the voice of our leader, when he normally say that at the end, we shall win, that Biafra must come. Whether metereji, meterazụ, Biafra ga-abịarịrị. Ihe ndị iro na-eme, onwe ike ịpụta ire. At this juncture, I'm going to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. This is my first time. May Chukwu Abiyama bless you. Carry on. May the flag be flying. God bless you. God bless Biafra. One love. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mazi. May Chukwu Kabiama bless you too and give you more wisdom. You're always welcome to our program here in Biafra Twitter space. We are here every Sunday, 7 p.m. Today, we were a little bit late because of family meeting, IPOB family meeting, because everybody know the time we have right now. It is time for the families to gather together to strategize, because very soon we shall march against all odds. Happens to our leader, we keep saying it when we march. If anything happens to our leader, we shall march. It is not a threat, but it's a promise. That is just the way it is. There is nothing that can stop what is about to befall anybody that has a hand in what happens to our leader. And there is no description of the scenario that the world will see after we've marched. Not even what happened in Uganda will be it will be a child play. That is just the fact about it, because we are fanatical about Biafra. It is our ancestral heritage, and we must restore the kingdom of God on earth against all odds. Our leader has a divine mandate that he explained to us that we knew. Thank him for bringing this Ozioma to us, this gospel, because Ozioma and Nnamdi kpọtara anyị n'ụra, and we are now awake, and we shall never sleep until Biafra is restored. Before we continue, I want to give the mic to Mazi Daniel Raslos. Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi Daniel, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Mazi.
Good evening.
It's like Mazi, off this thing you're using, the machine you're using. You're coming out double. Or if you're using Bluetooth, leave the Bluetooth.
No, I'm not using the Bluetooth. It's just that the area is noisy. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. Much better.
Okay,
The
sir.
mic is yours. Please introduce yourself. If you're in the contraction called Nigeria, you don't need to tell us your location. The mic is yours.
All right, sir. I am Daniel Lazarus, actually a Biafran supporter. Not an Igbo, but I can tell you that without Biafra, I think the whole Africa is collapsing. So we need Biafra as a light to rise Africa. So one message that I want to send to the Zoo government here is this. Playing with the life of our leader is like trying to light a lighter on a fire. They should know that the war today is not like the yesterday's war, which sometimes some idiots used to brag of. They are ready to fight again to defend Nigeria. And I'm trying to tell the Fulani government, the people that fought for one Nigeria are the ones that are killing them today. They should know that these people are not ready to fight again, because you can't be killing people and want them to go and fight for you. Instead, they are ready to join hand and fight them. I am from those side that they use against Biafrans. And today I'm from that side and I'm saying I'm standing with the Biafrans. Biafrans have been patient too much for too long. In any action they take, I am standing with them. They have done nothing wrong. They're only asking for self-determination, which they know it is in the UN Constitution, even in the zoo here, they know. Lord Lugard told them that after 100 years, they are ready to part their ways. I wonder why they're holding on what is not working. I wonder why they're holding on what has already been expired. We're not asking to go because we hate other people, just like Mazi and Kanu said, but because we want to preserve our life for the future. And I wonder how 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 expensive is it for them to understand that we do not want war. We want development. We have brains. We think. We're not animals. Why must the UK government catch us in a construction which they built for us? We cannot go to the land and create. But then, why would they create it for us to live in it? As a human being, you're a black man. Reason as a black man, build your home for yourself. Since you cannot build it for somebody, you do not allow that person to come and build it for you. But I can see so many ignorance. They call themselves politicians and the educated people. No, but they're not educated. They're educated fools because they only go to school to study illiteracy. Someone who is educated, listen to the people, reason with the people, and also think for self and think about the future. But the only thing I say the educated people here think of, they only use the past to define the future, the present, which they have no future. If Nigeria was meant to work for their own interests, this is my own caution. Any country that will work, they always used to start from small to big. But here, in their own case, they started from big to small. What kind of a country, like, is that a country? Because a country always used to start from small. You can ask about the British, you can ask about the French, you can ask about everywhere started from small. But because their own was creation, they have to give them sugar from the beginning, not knowing that the sugar was going to give them damage today. So they are holding on into that. Even when it has expired, they are free to go. They are still holding on what is not working. Please and please, I'm begging the Nigerian government to listen to the Biafrans. They have been patient too much for too long. In any action they take, nobody should blame them for that. War government, they are known for their hypocrisy, that they will always use to turn their blind eye where they cannot see any of their economic interests. But they should know that today, with God, we stand. Even though we know we're being always standing with God because it's the word of the devil, they feel they can prevail against God. They should forget about that. It's This is a different dimension. We want the world to know, period, that we are not here to fight anyone. They should just let us go in peace. We're not asking for war. So they should not just light the fire on the foil, which they feel they can. They do not have any power to stop us now. So that is all my contributions are.
Oh, Mazi Bros, may Chukwu Kadama bless you for your wisdom, and may He continue to be your strength.
Amen. And you bless all the Biafrans too. I am with you.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. You're welcome. You're one of us. We say anybody that strikes for freedom is a Biafran, because Biafra means come and join.
Yes.
So you are one of us. May Elohim be your strength.
Thank you, sir. And I can tell you a little more about myself. I will not reveal my identity though. So what is happening actually is I am from a place whereby we've been denied to have our own chiefdomcy because we did not allow the Fulanis to be our king. Our local government secretariat transferred from where it was, which is our own village, to the terrorist community. And as we speak now, we do not have a king. We do not have our own local government secretariat. Yet with that, they are expecting us that we are still the violent people, even when we acted only to defend ourselves. We've been blamed for defending ourselves. That is the zoo life. And they want me to continue like this. I'd rather die. I will never join anything zoo again. I am tired. My people who do not understand, if they want to live in the darkness, is their choice. But for me, I choose light. I refuse to be blind. Let me see front.
Thanks very much, Mazi.
Thank you,
See,
sir.
I can understand exactly where you're coming from the statement you see. With awareness, we can cross many bridges. Keep on fighting, because Biafra means not just the freedom of those in the eastern region of that contraption called Zoo Nigeria. Biafra means freedom of all indigenous people that are victim of Fulani hegemony. Biafra means freedom of all indigenous people that are being oppressed, suffering from extortion of the British government, from the soldiers of Her Royal Majesty, the way they call her, who created the Royal Niger Company that end up to be the contraption called Zoo Nigeria. Once Biafra as a nation restored, all those chains will be broken. All the indigenous population in that contraption will regain their freedom. All the blind shall see. And that is the way our leader prophesies it. And that is the way it's going to be at the end of the day. So, Mazi Daniel, I thank you one more time. And may Okike be your strength. You see, we are putting the world on notice because we are fighting to restore a nation where the indigenous population will have the same amenities. Somebody like me, Mazi Chukwuemeka Anyoro Kafo, who is based in Bremen, Germany. The amenities I'm enjoying. A social net, where if I'm not working, the state will be paying me. The state will pay my house rent. The state will take over my electricity bill. The state will take over my water bill. And I have, if I'm not working, I will still retain my health insurance, meaning when I'm sick, I don't need money to go to hospital. I only need a card to go to a hospital. And with this card, the hospital, the doctor, me after treating me, if I deserve medication, they will give me a receipt. With this receipt, I will go to the pharmaceutical shop, and there the pharmacist will give me medication that I need to heal myself. And all this costs no money. I live in a civilization where government work for the people and not the other way around, the way it is in the zoo contraption called Nigeria, where the people are slaves to the government. We are fighting to restore a nation called Biafra, where there will be no short of power supply, water supply, where the security of life and properties shall be a norm, where the life of a human being shall worth more than the life of a cow. We are fighting to restore a Biafra, and we must restore a Biafra, where the government will see it as responsibility that no child that graduates from school shall be wandering the streets, scavenging and looking for work. We are fighting to restore a nation where there will be free education for every child that is born within our boundaries. We are fighting to restore a nation where there will be pension fund for the senior citizens that have worked all their life to support the system. And there will be no criminal politician to loot that fund. We are fighting to restore a nation where the government shall provide support for the existing industries so that they shall be able to compete with other industries around the globe, like the Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and whatever you call them. We are fighting to restore a nation where there will be justice for a common, where the judiciary will not depend on how big your pocket or how big your bank account is, where there will be justice according to your deed, where the law shall be applied equally on every citizen, not minding where you come from, which language you speak, or which dialect you have in our nation. We are fighting for a Biafra that if you're living in diaspora as a Biafran citizen and something happens to you, like our brother that was killed last time in Italy by some Nazis, the Biafran nation, the leader of our nation will make sure that that company, that country does not and shall not, and no country will ever dare to kill a Biafran citizen, because they will expect a serious consequence and a serious retaliation from Biafran government. Our leader said he is fighting to restore a Biafra. And once the Biafran nation is restored, his work is done. He knows that Biafra have people that will lead that nation. And those of us that struggle knows also, because most of us that are living in diaspora, that are living in this civilized society, where the law is applied to every citizen according to your rights, not according to the money you have in your bank account or according to the influence you have in the society. Those of us that live in a civil society where a politician can go to jail for stealing 50 naira, we understand exactly what I'm talking about. So we are fighting to make sure that justice are done to our people. The people that have lost more than 15 million people fighting to get back what is theirs, what is their own. Because Biafra nation has been existing since time immemorial. It was British jealous that they saw civilization that is bigger than what they have here. They destroyed it after fighting it for 30 years, more than 30 years. Before I continue, I would like to call in Mazi Emi Promise, or Mazi Honorable Emeka. Can you hear me, Mazi?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mazi.
Yes. Mazi, you are welcome. Please, because our listeners will like to know where you're joining us from. If you're in the contract Kozu, Nigeria, we don't need to know your location. You are welcome. The mic is yours.
Okay, thank you for giving me the mic. Yes, my name is Honorable Emeka, speaking from Anambra State, here in Nigeria. So I thank you guys for what you guys are doing. I really thank you. Don't mind the way I come in. Okay, we don't have to leave any vacuum for this useless people to take the power. We have to chase them by all the or any other means.
Anywhere they come, we counter it. Anywhere they come, we counter it. Okay, but whatever thing I want to say about our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is this: I'm the number one fan of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for many reasons that is best known to me. Okay, but whatever thing I want to tell him is this: nothing will happen to him. He must come back with victory. But where we are praying for him to come back with the victory, we must keep doing what we are doing, as we guys are doing what we are doing here, doing whatever thing we are doing about. We at home must be doing whatever thing we are doing at home, chasing them by any other means. We are chasing them. We are chasing them now by telling them the truth. Then we are going to chase them as well by following them in their government to tell them that this is our right. It's our right for us to stay on our own. It's our right to change the narrative of give us a referendum or that is it. So by the referendum, you have to vote. So we are going to follow them bomber to bomber anywhere because this country called Nigeria is decaying already. We see it, they are knowing it, and everything about it is happening. Everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said since he started this journey has come to pass. Everything. The only thing have not come to pass is Biafra coming. But I believe that Biafra is coming soon. But where you are waiting for Biafra, you have to do the needful by following them in the government to chase them around, to change their policy that will kill us before the Biafra will come. So that is my point. I hear the mic.
Thanks very much, Mazi. See how democratic and civilized we are. IPOB is the people, and the people is IPOB. Mazi, start IPOB is that we are not disrupting democratic process, but we don't want to be part of this charter session. We are not telling anybody to vote or not to vote. It is not our business. Our primary goal is the release of our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the restoration of kingdom of God on earth, which is Biafra. And we shall not retreat or surrender until we get to our destination. And we are using this opportunity. We are using this peaceful time that we have right now to notice, to put United Nations on notice, to put the European Union on notice, to put the United States government on notice, to put the MOAB on notice, put the Federation on notice, to put all of freedom from all over the world on notice. Not shall be leader of over 70 million people. Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that was brutal, tortured for good 8 days. Why some people knew they did anything. He was now rendition like a bear inside a cage, animal inside a cage, back to the contraption of Nigeria. Unbreakable, he stands all their trials and he got victory. Abuja of October 2022, the appeal court in that contraption to Nigeria did this and call a judgment and pronounce a judgment that no court by our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he is charged and acquitted of all charges and accusations brought against him. And since that judgment was delivered, the corrupt terrorist Malami is sitting on that judgment. Corrupt politicians trying to play politics with the leader is a dangerous time bomb all of you are sitting on. Any our may Chukwu Kabiama have mercy. May Chukwu Kabiama have mercy. May Elohim pity all your poor souls. If anything should happen to our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are not threatening anybody. IPOB is the biggest mass movement, freedom fighting movement you have in this globe, and we are the most peaceful. Whiter than white and whiter than snow. We have been tested and confirmed, and we are peaceful. They don't take for cowardice because we have red line. Our red line is nothing shall happen to our leader. If anything happens to our leader, prepare for the biggest refugee crisis in human history. The biggest refugee crisis the world ever seen. Worse than what the world saw in World War II. May Chukwu Kabiama have mercy on your poor souls. All you East politicians, we are putting all of you on notice, and we are going to hold you responsible. Anything happen, it happened, we will clean the house before moving out. And that is how it's going to be, whether you like it or not. Failing to speak now, don't need your voice again when the time comes. And that is the way it is. We have the number, we've done the maths. Before I continue, I want to call Mazi Ikechukwu. Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi.
Mazi, you're welcome. The mic is yours. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless you and your family. The mic is yours.
Mazi, thank you very much. Thank you, Biafrans. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are listening from. As you all know, my name is Mazi Ikechukwu. I'm speaking right from Biafra land. First of all, I will start by pleading. I'll start by saying that I'm very, very sorry for being late on this very space broadcast, because I'm just coming back from a meeting, and you know, as this Janjaweedism country that we are, they have given a rubbish law about their money, their currency, their new naira. So before you can get anywhere to withdraw cash to transport yourself, then you find out that you have exhausted all your time. So I'm very, very sorry about that. So we are discussing about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian government, they had the temerity to poison Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they want us to react. They really want us to take actions. And I hope and believe that IPOB that we are following, the DOS that we are following, will never disappoint us. We all know that. The DOS will never let us down. We all know that they are on a very formidable action now. We must never relent. We must never ever relent. We must never ever relent. If Nigeria makes any mistake of letting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die in their custody, they should just know that that day is the end of Nigeria. From that time is the end of Nigeria. They know that. They know that, and I believe that they will never trespass that red line. They know that very well. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the trigger. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the trigger. IPOB is the gun. So they should never ever try it. We are making this notice to everyone supporting the One Nigeria and supporting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be kept as long as the Nigerian government wants under their custody. Hypocrites looking for justice for their dear P2B. You want P2B to be given the justice of winning the 2023 election. But you don't want a man who has legally won a country, a government in their own court. He has been legally discharged and acquitted. They don't want him to be released, yet they want justice for their upcoming election. Don't you see it's total hypocrisy? But that's by the way. That's by the way. We must continue. And like IPOB has said, we all must be ready for the next line of action. We all must be ready. We all must be ready. The Nigerian government has come to put their hands into our eyes. But they must know that this is IPOB. They are dealing with a great man. They're not dealing with someone like Muammar Gaddafi or even the politicians they have killed long ago in Nigeria. No, they are dealing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And that war they want, I believe they will get it. I believe they will get it in full. And they will be the one to beg. We are not going back. We are not begging anybody. So we must continue. And I must state it categorically that we must stretch up our Tuesday tweet always. We must stretch up our Tuesday tweet. Last week, I monitored the Tuesday tweet and I didn't see a very positive stuff on Tuesday. But I believe that as time goes on, our people will join us very well. Please, let us begin now to follow up the instructions. Let us begin now to follow our instructions. Please. Thank you, Mazi Chukwuemeka. Thank you. Thank you, Biafrans. I'm dropping the mic now.
Mazi, thanks very much. And may Chukwu Kabiama bless you. It's like you're on the way because I could hear as if you are in a vehicle driving. Your voice was not 100% clear, but we could manage anyhow it is. May Okike bless you. Our message remains simple, easy to everyone that cares to listen, to the corrupt politicians, to those in the house, to those who are sitting in state chambers, to the corrupt governors. Your time is up. If anything happens to our, there will be no retreat, no surrender, as it used to be, until we know that every corporate, everybody that has hands poison that you guys have injected him, that will bring all of you to book. And that is the way it is. And there is nothing anybody can do against it. This is just the way it is. This is a red line. We are not going to compromise or tolerate whatever. In peaceful till now, the word witness, and we remain peaceful. But when it comes to our, I am very sorry. Dear, we cannot compromise and we will not laugh, neither are we going to play. We shall make sure that whoever in the tragedy our leader is going through, whoever have a hand in it, we shall bring the person to book and we shall do justice to that person. And that is just the way it is and nothing anybody can do. We want to remind Biafrans, wherever you are, you have to pray mind and soul, knowing very well that that the enemies are planning are setting trap for us, and they are planning to do something very bad, of which our leadership is a step ahead of. The information Mazi Chinasa yesterday on YouTube, on the social media to share with us, we all should dilute it, use them and understand the signals that has been given, the orders that we are giving indirectly. Those of you that are not family members, go and family member in the city where you are. Go and belong, go be part of this umbrella, this big umbrella called IPP. Onye kwukwana na ọmara mgbe o bido. Ịma nnọkwa n'ụlọ mara ihe azụ n'ahịa. Ọ bụrụ na ịbụ ọkwa member of, na ịbụ a family member, join ya because ozi na-agazikwa through family members. We spread message now through our family members. The next call of action will go through the family members. Nobody, why didn't they tell us they want to do this? Or why didn't they tell us they want to do this? We are now warning our people. Igwe is our motto. Igwe is our motto. We have the numbers. We are not going to happen to our leader. We blow trumpets because they have blown the trumpet long time. That our people are endangered species. We are being massacred every day. There is no past without a Biafran being killed by authorities. An innocent Biafran. They kill an innocent Biafran every day. Not one, two, but numbers. Systematically, just like the ethnic cleansing they are doing in the part where Mazi Razros came from. They are doing it also in some parts of Biafran territories. Like they did in Hamufu, slaughter a whole village so that it and take over it. If unchecked after some years, when you go there, you will only meet people speaking Fufu Day. We are not going to tolerate, adore, or encourage that noise. We shall match them as the. We shall make sure that none of our territory fall on their hand. We shall face them with all might that is bestowed on us, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Just like as our leaders say, if it cost us the last man, let that last man stand as a Biafran and build our nation. We are ready to do the sacrifice. Biafrans, before we continue, I want to call in Mazi Evans one more time to say something before I conclude, because this is one program. Mazi, can you hear me? It's like Mazi is having a little bit problem right now with his with the machine he's using. So before we get to our program today, we have to remember our ancestors, the class of 1967, those men that snatched gun from the enemies with bare hands, those men that knew exactly what they are, those men that cherish much to live as free people. We are always grateful. Mazi, can you hear
Mazi,
me?
I'm here, Mazi.
Okay, Mazi, you can have the mic, and after that, I will conclude. May Chukwu Kabiama bless you.
Mazi, thank you very much. Once more, I thank our listeners, some of us that partake in the speaking out today on the atrocities of Nigeria to the indigenous people, not only for Biafrans, for people that are indigenous, because everybody is involved. It is an orchestrated plan for the Fulanis to give away all indigenous land to their own people, chase them away, kill them, do whatever they like, frustrate them. As you all who know, last time it was 20 pounds they gave to Biafrans. This time around, they have to turn systematically the same 20 pounds, try to financially strangle the people by introducing a new Naira currency, which people know is a wash. With this new Naira currency, they have supplied all banks in the north. This Naira currency, house to house, they are going at the northern side, distributing this money, changing it for their own people. But if you come to the south or southeast and south, it is like a nightmare. You can't see money. If you go to the automat, the ATM will still give you the old money, and with the old money, nobody's accepting it for now because the deadline is fast approaching. 2 days now, and there is chaos everywhere. IPOB leadership, they came here, Mazi Kedoziem, one time late last year and announced to the public that very soon Nigerian Naira will be like a tissue paper. Change your money to international currency, dollars, euros, yen, name it. He told them, or you engage it on buying of land and everything, just remove it from Naira because very soon Naira will be worthless. And people thought it was a joke. IPOB has gone beyond movement. We share intelligence with international people. We know what is going on, what the zoo has planned. They tell us with much more confidence. And we indirectly come and tell these people, no, they will say, oh, it's one of those propaganda. What is happening today? They are now running helter-skelter, looking for one way or the other to get their money. But you see, people are strangled financially. And if you don't have cash at hand for poor people, tell me how they have succeeded. That is the reason why Biafra remains the last resort. We have to come together, tell the Fulanese that what they are planning against the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is going to not only explode, it's going to blow off their own ass. Because but this time around, we will take the bull by the horn. Thank you, Mazi, and God bless you from here.
Thanks very much, Mazi. May Kabiyama continue to bless you. When our leader said the structure of IPOB is going to take mankind more than 1,000 years to destroy, this is the time for us to prove to the world that that structure is there and nothing anybody can do against it. I want to remind all IPOB family members, those that are in diaspora more especially, I want to thank each and every one of you for your tremendous support. Continue to support Eastern Security Network because most of you does not know what these men are sacrificing, what these men have been doing, why our leader called upon these men. Before these men came to tell you we were not stakeholders. Wherever our leader go, they will ask him, when you are serious, we will know. But since these men are dead, we are a force to reckon with. You might be looking and thinking or saying or imagine whatever you like. Our men are formidable. Our men are there. And our men need your support because they are incorruptible. Why our structure is strong is that nobody can close our tap. Don't let anybody deceive you. We are not being funded by the corrupt politicians. We don't have one Mr. Moneybag giving us money. IPOB is the people, and the people is IPOB. This movement is funded by each and every one of you in diaspora because our leader called it a duty. He said that those our comrades back home, they have enough to do to secure our ancestral heritage. The monetary aspect of this struggle is for us in diaspora. We are called upon now. It is a call for duty. Those of us that are in diaspora, make sure you go to your zonal and make sure you do the right thing. Support the Eastern Security Network, because in this difficult time, in this time of trial, their morale has to remain high. Those that our defense called back yesterday to leave their families and go back to the bush, they have to go back to that bush knowing fully well that we Biafrans are behind them. They mustn't lack anything. Before they lack, we should lack that are here, because we live in a civilized world where there is net for us to fall back to. These men are sitting in the trench, suffering under mosquitoes, have to endure a lot of things just to make sure that at the end of the day, that people like me and you can live as free people. Just to make sure that at the end of the day, that people like us, our generation, can live just like our ancestors, the class of 1967, the way those men lived 3 years. Because it is only when you are a free man that you can be able to evolve. It's only when you are a free man that you can be able to manufacture things, create things. In those 3 years, our ancestors, the class of 1967, lived like free people. They were able to refine their own fuel. They were able to build vehicles. They were able to build power supply. They were able to build water supply. They were able to build ammunitions, modern technologies. Why? Because they were free people with free mind, with free thinking. The initiative of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is what we will like to have in this Biafra that we are going to restore against all odds. As we are coming to the end of today's program, I want to thank each and every one of you, and Mazi Chika Dibia that have just joined us right now. Can you hear me? Mazi Chika Dibia. I think he's having network problem, so we are not going to take any other speaker today. I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of today's program, and endeavor to join us next week, Sunday by 7 p.m. Special thank goes to the host for providing the platform. I want to thank all my comrades that were speakers today, that were here to share the awareness, the gospel, with each and every one of you. Mazi Captain, I know you can hear me. You were not here for a very long time, Mazi. So can you say a word before we close today's program, comrade? Mazi Captain, can you hear me?
Mazi Chukwemeka, I greet you.
Yes, Mazi. Mazi, you're welcome. The
Thank
mic
you.
is yours. We are about to close, but I said, comrade
Yes,
like you, we should always be able to have the opportunity to share his wisdom with our people. May Okike bless you. The mic is yours.
thank you very much. I am so grateful that I met up with this, because for some time now I've not been around. I've been doing my masters in sports medicine, and I've not been around on Twitter. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, Umuchuku Kike. You all are formidable forces, and we also thank the hosts and the co-hosts. We know that we've not been here, I've not been around for some time, but we have been supporting the struggle from wherever we are. One thing I am going to share this evening is this. We are at the end of the journey. We are at the end of the tunnel. We are looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. It is there in front of us. That is the reason why some of us are no longer shouting so much because we know that the end is here. The fight is over. The enemy has lost. So when you know you have beaten someone and beaten them hands down, all you have to do is watch them struggle and at the same time stay on guard. Yes. In the very few days to come, a lot of things will happen. But the same way we have been paying attention and following the leader, the headship of our leader, who very soon, by the special grace of Chukwukika Abiyama, will be with us very soon. If the enemy, they refuse to comply, they know what is in front of them. So we are not worried because they know what is to come. They cannot say they don't know what is to come. But at the same time, we must stay on guard, we must pay attention, and we must listen to the Directorate of States. We have seen how the enemy is doing everything possible to demonize those who are doing the actual work. And we can see how they are doing everything possible to put some kind of distractions. Try to stay focused. Use this opportunity while we are waiting to prepare yourself so that when we get what we are looking for, you would also have something to contribute. Don't just sit back there. That is the reason why a whole lot of us are doing, even while we are supporting financially, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, we are also at the same time working on ourselves so that when we get what we are looking for, you would have something to contribute to this new phase and chapter, a new beginning that we are about to go into. So my brothers and sisters, once more, remain resolute, remain formidable, do not be distracted, do not be overwhelmed by the current events happening. They are nothing but mere distractions. So stand strong and stay in there. You are in the right hands. There is no need to be shaken. Men are noble. Men are on ground. And when you hear men are on ground, men are on ground. Yes, for we to get what we are looking for, we are going to lose some things. But the main goal and everything is that at the end, that our people must be freed and given liberty. So at this point in time, I will not say much. I'm going to yield the mic to my host and co-host. You guys are doing wonderful. I hope very soon, please, I would send a DM to you because there are some certain things that are supposed to be, for this ministry to go ahead. We also have to support. And I will also use this opportunity to tell our brothers, those who can, it is data that is being used to run this. We must assist in every way possible to make sure that this ministry is going forward. You guys, well done, and keep your head up there, up high. We in the diaspora are doing our part. Those of you back home, remain resolute. Don't be scared. We are behind. We are with you guys. We are in the forefront. I yield the mic.
Mazi, thanks very much. May Chukwuka Abiyama continue to be your strength. May he give you more wisdom, good health, so that you will be there with us next week, Sunday. Your word is clear and is filled with wisdom. We are going to support our people back home so that they know people, just like as we are supporting gallant men. And we advise our comrades, those that are in diaspora, if you know anybody that really adding, giving to make sure that the gospel is spread, that is bringing awareness to our people. If he's having data problem, support him, of which whenever I'm called upon and I've been doing. Kabiama bless you all. Before we leave, we like us to hit the call of our ancestors of 1967. It goes, land of the rising sun we love and cherish, beloved land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We shall protect our heart from all our foes. But if the price is death, for all we hold dear, please let us die without a shred of fear. Let us die smiling. Let us die knowing that what is about to come, that freedom we are fighting for, nation shall have peace. In the name of Chukwuka, him we pray. He said, he said, he said, from me, from here, I say, may Elohim continue to guide and each and every one of you. May Elohim make sure that our leader is released in good as he's coming out. May Elohim put joy in our hearts so that we shall see, O motherland, O Biafra, O Biafra, he shall defend thee against all odds. He said, from me, from is good evening.